Ireland passes a referendum by 65% to remove blasphemy as a criminal offence.
Here's a summary of the article.
The word blasphemy will now be removed from the Constitution. Voters have overwhelmingly supported the proposal to remove blasphemy as an offence from the Constitution. The final result from Friday's referendum shows that 64.85% voted yes while 35.15% voted no. A total of 951,650 people voted for the change, with 515,808 opposing the move. The turnout was 43.79%. The Constitution currently holds that blasphemy is a criminal offence and it is defined as such in the Defamation Act of 2009. Following the result of this referendum, the word blasphemous will be removed from the Constitution and the Oireachtas will then change the law. Donegal recorded the highest percentage of no votes at 48.5%. In the capital, Dublin Bay South had the highest number of yes votes at 76.5%, with Doon Leary voting yes by 75.4%. The Minister for Justice and Equality, Charlie Flanagan, welcomed the result of the referendum. Minister Flanagan said, "It has always been my view that there is no room for a provision such as this in our constitution. Ireland is rightly proud of our reputation as a modern, liberal society."
This post received a score of 34,964, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
God damn.
Damn God.
Ireland wants to know your location. Not anymore, they don't. 35% do.
35% of the 42% that voted.
Thanks, that's the answer. 14.7% for anyone wondering.
R. Headed the maths. Must be remembered that this was completely unenforceable and no one was actually ever prosecuted for it.
Kind of shocking that only 65% voted in favour though. Only had 40% voter turnout and people wouldn't have really cared much, so it mostly would have been elderly Christians stressing about their vote.
It was second down the ballot in a weekday election in which a very left-wing progressive president was nailed on to win re-election, so many left-wing progressives stayed at home. Elderly Christian were very over-represented in the final tally.
Michael D. isn't really seen as particularly left-wing these days. In a past life maybe, but in his role as president he's been pretty subdued and neutral. Most of the people I know that voted for him wouldn't really think of him as a left-wing president, myself included. I think the reason for the low turnout is there wasn't much fuss made about the campaign, because Michael D. was always odds-on favorite.
We don't even really discuss politics here in a kind of left-right dichotomy.
And it's a ceremonial role that doesn't require any real political slant. He's there to represent the country.
That was pretty much my point. I don't think anyone views Michael D. as a left-wing president, just as a neutral ambassador. That's blasphemy.
Quote, Father Dougal, Ted, do you believe in the afterlife? End quote, quote, Father Ted, well, generally priests have a very strong belief in the afterlife. End quote, quote, Father Dougal, ooh, I wish I had your faith, Ted. End quote, quote, Father Ted, Dougal, how did you get into the church? Was it like, collect 12 crisp packets and become a priest? I watched the episode of The Stone of Clonrichard today where Dougal's doubts make a bishop quit. Class A comedy.
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Feck, gobshite.
I always get a weird feeling reading stories like this, like the feeling you get when you read that an aged celebrity has died and you thought they had already died. Even though I know that blasphemy is still outlawed in many countries, news of the repeal of blasphemy laws always feels anachronistic. The provision is the very definition of anachronistic. It's from the 1937 Constitution and it's only managed to hang around for so long because it never really had any real-world effect in the country. Not even the Catholic Church argued to retain it.
They even argued against it, which I thought was nice to see. I'm not a fan of that particular institution, but still, you take the good when you can.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.